Welcome, lovely viewers, to another exciting video. Hello, fellow enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Richsquare, North Carolina. Richsquare, also known as Richsquare, is an American town of 894 people in Northampton County, North Carolina. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting history and exploring its implications in greater detail. Quakers were some of the earliest settlers in Northampton County, being established there by the early Ers. The congregation in Richsquare was established in 1760 and was once a center for the Religious Society of Friends in North Carolina. By 1832, they were a minority in Richsquare, though they continued working to relocate former slaves into free states. In 1947, Godwin Bush was a black man in Northampton County who escaped a lynching by a white mob. Two all-white grand juries refused to indict the 7 white kidnappers. In response, local pastor and businessman Paul A. Bishop promoted a black-led boycott of white-owned businesses in Richsquare, contemporaneously described by a black community leader as a town that didn't like black folk. Many of the boycotted stores went out of business. On July 26, 1959, Lieutenant Colonel William Rankin was flying his U.S. Marine Corps Fu Crusader from Naval Air Station South Weymouth in Massachusetts to Naval Air Station Beaufort in South Carolina. When he lost all power at an altitude of 47,000 feet, he ejected seat air and began uncontrolled decompression through an intense thunderstorm and hail for the next 40 minutes. After the most prolonged and fantastic parachute descent in history, he eventually landed near Richsquare, from where he was rescued by a local farmer and eventually taken to Hosky, North Carolina for triage. The plane came down near Scotland Neck, North Carolina. In 1968, the federal government of the United States established the Family Development Training Project in Richsquare, an effort to uplift families in poverty by simultaneously educating all members thereof at government expense. On a 50-acre parcel of town, 12 training and support buildings were constructed to support the 50 families living in 50 co-located mobile homes. Eligible families must have been employed by 2 or more employers in the preceding year and annually earn less than. In 1974, the family coordinator called the 5-year program one of the most unique and successful programs ever developed in the United States. The Duke Lawrence House is a recognized example of Georgian architecture in Richsquare, and it was added to the National Register of Historic Places in October 1980. The local Holloman Outland House was recognized for its colonial revival architecture and listed on the register in October 2001. In this segment, we'll be unraveling the complexities of geography and exploring its multifaceted nature. The town of Richsquare is located in Northampton County, North Carolina, with an elevation of 22 meters. As we transition, let's shed light on demographics and its relevance to our ongoing exploration. As of the 2020 United States Census, the population of Richsquare was 894 people in 337 of the town's 414 housing units. The median age was 62.27.4, with 44.5%, 10.7% of the town aged 65 or older, and only 9.1%, 4.8% under 18. In Richsquare, 4.4%, 4.1% of residents were foreign-born, all of whom were naturalized citizens, and only 5%, 4.4% spoke a language other than English at home. 4 residents were Native Americans, 1 was Asian, 578 were Black or African American, 26 were Hispanic or Latino, 270 were white people, 9 were of another race or ethnicity, and 24 were multiracial people. In town, 18%, 9.3% of residents had at least a bachelor's degree, while 7% had a graduate degree or higher. The employment rate was 38.7%, 13.1%, and 5.5%, 5.7% of the men were veterans. The town's median household income was $29,000, $375,15,623 as compared to the state's rate of $61,972,541, which left 16.6% of locals living in poverty. In this section, we'll be deep diving into government, unraveling its complexities and uncovering valuable insights. In the ERS, Richsquare was governed by a town council. Local funeral home director Joseph Gordon was the first African American elected to the body in 1967. Now, let's delve into the intricacies of education and explore its various aspects. In the ERS, W South, Creasy High School was located in Richsquare. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.